guys. Today we're going to read the book Last Stop on Market Street. It's written by Matt de la Peña, and the illustrations are by Christian Robinson. And these two, Matt de la Peña and Christian Robinson, have worked together a lot on various books. And so you will see the artwork of Christian Robinson a lot of times with the words of Matt de la Peña. And I think it's really cool when authors and illustrators work together and they collaborate on a lot of different books. So this is a great book about empathy, about doing things for others, about recognizing the similarities and differences in others and recognizing the gifts that everybody has. So today, our reading word, our listening word, is going to be Mr. Dennis, and he is a bus driver. The bus that they're going to Market Street. So Mr. Dennis, when you hear Mr. Dennis, you're going to honk the horn. Just do that, like you're going beep beep, but don't say beep beep. Just do it. And so you're going to, when you hear his name, Mr. Dennis, you're going to go. All right, we're going to get started. Last stop on Market Street. It says, for Luna and her two grandmas, Ronnie and Grace, M. de la P, so that's Matt de la Peña. And then it says, for Nana, CR, so that's Christian Robinson, the illustrator. So they both dedicated it to grandmothers in their lives. So that might give you a clue who might be in this book. CJ pushed through the church doors, skipped down the steps. The outside air smelled like freedom, but it also smelled like rain, which crumpled CJ's shirt and dripped down his nose. He ducked under his Nana's umbrella, saying, how come we gotta wait for the bus and all this wet? Trees get thirsty too, his Nana told him. Don't you see that big one drinking through a straw? CJ looked for a long time, but never saw a straw. You can see, here's the tree, and you see this beautiful reflection of the tree in the puddle. And there's grandmother, and there's CJ. From the bus stop, he watched water pool on flower petals, watched rain patter against the windshield of a nearby car. His friend Colby climbed in, gave CJ a wave, and drove off with his dad. Nana, how come we don't got a car? There they are waiting at the bus stop. Boy, what do we need a car for? We got a bus that breathes fire, and old Mr. Dennis, who always has a trick for you. The bus creaked to a stop in front of them. It sighed and sagged, and the doors swung open. If you've ever ridden a bus before, you can really hear those sounds the bus makes, right? They kind of creak to a stop, and then they kind of sag as they lower down so people can get in, and then the doors swing open. What's that I see? Mr. Dennis asked. He pulled a coin from behind CJ's ear, placed it in his palm. Nana laughed her deep laugh and pushed CJ along. They sat right up front. The man across the way was tuning a guitar. An old woman with curlers had butterflies in a jar. Nana gave everyone a great big smile and a good afternoon. She made sure CJ did the same. The bus lurched forward and stopped, lurched forward and stopped. Nana hummed as she knit. How come we always got to go here after church? CJ said. Miguel and Colby never have to go anywhere. I feel sorry for those boys, she told him. They'll never get a chance to meet Bobo or the sunglass man. And I hear Trixie got herself a brand new hat. CJ stared out the window, feeling sorry for himself. He watched cars zip by on either side, watched a group of boys hop curves on bikes. So there you see the woman with the curlers in her hair and butterflies in the jar. And there's a man with tattoos looking on his phone. And there's grandma knitting. And there's CJ. A man climbed aboard with a spotted dog. CJ gave up his seat. How come that man can't see? Boy, what do you know about seeing? Nana told him. Some people watch the world with their ears. That's a fact. Their noses, too, the man said. I find perfume you're wearing today, man. And squeezed the man's hand and laughed her cheek back. Two older boys got on next. CJ watched as they moved on by and stood in the back. Sure wish I had one of those, he said. Nana sat down her knitting. What for? You got the real live thing sitting across from you. Why don't you ask that man if he'll play us a song? CJ didn't have to. The guitar player was already plucking strings and beginning to sing. To feel the magic of music, the blind man whispered, I like to close my eyes. Nana closed hers too. So did CJ and the spotted dog. So he likes to close his eyes to listen to the music. And in the darkness, the rhythm lifted CJ out of the bus, out of the busy city. He saw sunset colors swirling over crashing waves, saw a family of hawks slicing through the sky, saw the old woman's butterflies dancing free in the light of the moon. CJ's chest grew full, and he was lost in the sound, and the sound gave him the feeling of magic. The song ended, and CJ opened his eyes. Everyone on the bus clapped, even the boys in the back. Nana glanced at the coin in CJ's palm. CJ dropped it in the man's hat. Last stop on Market Street, Mr. Dennis called. CJ looked around as he stepped off the bus. Crumbling sidewalks and broken down doors, graffiti-tagged windows and boarded-up stores. He reached for Nana's hand. How come it's always so dirty over here? She smiled and pointed to the sky. Sometimes, when you're surrounded by dirt, CJ, you're a better witness for what's beautiful. So there you can see the rainbow. CJ saw the perfect rainbow arcing over their soup kitchen. He wondered how his Nana always found beautiful where he never even thought to look. So that's a skill to have, right? To find the beauty everywhere. I love this illustration with this beautiful dark sky and this beautiful rainbow above all these buildings. He looked all around them again, and at the bus rounding the corner out of sight, at the broken street lamp still lit up bright, and the stray cat's shadows moving across the wall. When he spotted their familiar faces in the window, he said, I'm glad we came. He thought his Nana might laugh her deep laugh, but she didn't. She patted him on the head and told him, me too, CJ. Now come on. So look what they're doing. There's CJ and his grandmother, and they're serving soup. They're serving food at a soup kitchen. So these are people who might not be able to buy food for whatever reason, and so they come here for a nice hot meal, and CJ and his grandmother help out, and they serve people their food. And that's the end. And there's CJ and his grandmother. So we can all recognize all the different people in the world, all of our gifts, the beauty and everything, and always just remember to